Hi, everybody. Hello. Let's get started. I'm Sarah Colley. I'm the MSW Program Director, and I wanted to welcome everybody today. I know a lot of you came from further away than Fayetteville, so welcome to our town. We're happy you're here. And we are here today to honor the graduates, so let's give them a round of applause. They've worked so hard this year, and I know many of you that are here to support them were a piece of that, so thank you for your support as well. We're going to get started. One of the things I wanted to announce is we have this great video of the students, and we've been having a tech issue, so it's going to be a little smaller than we had originally planned, but it will still be available, and it'll be available on the YouTube live stream. So check that out, okay? I'd like to introduce Dr. Alicia Ferguson. She's the Associate Program Director for the School of Social Work.
So two cohorts, 44 new MSWs. My name's Alicia Ferguson, and I'm the Associate Director for the School of Social Work. I'm also the coordinator for the Online Advanced Standing Program, along with Dr. Joanna Thomas, the director for the school, and Professor Sarah Colley, who's the director of the MSW program, as well as the rest of the faculty and staff. We welcome all graduates, families, friends to this event as we celebrate the graduation of the 2023 class. We thank you for coming. A shout out also to those watching on our live stream. COVID taught us that live streaming ensures that graduates who can't be here tonight can still celebrate with their cohort, and that friends and family in other cities and states can cheer and be proud of their graduate from right where they are. I have the special honor tonight of opening our pinning ceremony. The ceremony is called a pinning because we award each of you a pin that signifies you are a professional social worker. Social worker is one label that I will ask you to wear proudly. As of now, right this minute, you are part of the professional social work leadership. You have a responsibility to represent our profession well and show others just what social workers can do. Please get your license soon so that you can proudly call yourself a social worker. Yes. Jump into your postgraduate life with as much grit and enthusiasm as you have shown in completing your master's degree. Advocate for your clients and for your profession. Advocacy must be a part of your practice in small ways or in bigger ways. Lead by allowing others to hear your voice. And don't forget to advocate for you. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Graduate school is difficult no matter the field of study, but as you know, graduate school for social workers is especially difficult as you complete coursework while also completing between 660 and 900 hours of internship in either 2 or 3 semesters. To be successful, you need support. Family and friends here tonight, we know you have sacrificed and provided crucial support for your graduate, practical, emotional, and financial, as they've worked hard to attain their goals. Before I close, I would like to ask the graduates to please stand and applaud your family and friends to acknowledge all their sacrifices and support through your college experience. Thank you, family and friends, for being exactly the support your graduate needs. And with that, I would like to introduce Professor Ananda Rosa, who is the Director of Field Education. She will announce the first award.
Get it out of the way. This isn't awkward at all right here. And so speaking of awkward, I'm so excited to announce this award, the Honorary Social Worker Award. And so I'm going to say lots of nice things about this person. And so one of us standing up here awkwardly is plenty. So as soon as I get done, then you'll come up and then she's going to share some words with us. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. Okay. Okay, so spoiler right at the beginning. Jennifer Sorey is the founder and executive director of Hub of Hope, an agency whose mission is to provide opportunities and healing for victims of human trafficking and prevention and education for communities. The agency's vision is of a community mobilized to improve the response to victims of human trafficking and to assist survivors in thriving and living free from exploitation. Jenny founded Hub of Hope in 2017, which doesn't seem like that long ago, but it actually is, and has hosted 4 social work interns at least, but several of those stayed on for more than 1 semester, so it's more than the number. So according to Jenny's social work interns, who know her well, these are some of the comments that they had to say. And we had so many great things to say about Jenny that we couldn't possibly squeeze them all in, so this is sort of a synopsis of different ones. When Jenny Sorey heard the words human trafficking and modern-day slavery for the first time, she knew her life was going to change. She knew little about trafficking, but figured it had to be happening in the Northwest Arkansas community. Jenny started meeting with community leaders, law enforcement, healthcare professionals, and nonprofit directors, and realized that trafficking was rampant in Northwest Arkansas. However, there was a lack of support for survivors, and that is how Hub of Hope was formed. Jenny has met and worked with hundreds of women in the Northwest Arkansas area who are survivors of human trafficking. She actively pursues justice for these survivors through trauma-informed case management and advocacy. She is compassionate and full of grace, eager to listen to women's lived experiences. Jenny does not look at survivors through their deficits, but through their strengths, resilience, and worth as a person. Very social work. She has led the charge for collaboration among organizations in Northwest Arkansas toward anti-human trafficking efforts and awareness. Jenny is an example for all who know her of what it looks like to lead with humility, intentionality, and empathy. And she is incredibly deserving of being named Honorary Social Worker of the Year. I'm not done yet, but yes, let's clap. And that was one student. No. Okay, we're still going. So, like I said, it's hard to sum it up. The most challenging part of discussing how Jennifer Sorey embodies a social worker is doing so in just a few words. She meets everyone precisely where they are, not where she is. Jennifer has had an enormous impact on me, and as she does with everyone she encounters. She actively fights for social change and supports all, specifically the vulnerable population she serves. When I think of what a social worker is and should be, I think of Jennifer Sorey. She is entirely genuine, and her authenticity radiates when you meet her. I've worked with numerous nonprofits, community organizations, government positions, and never experienced what I have working with Jennifer Sorey. Not only does she embody what a social worker should be, but she also runs her nonprofit the same way. My life has forever changed since meeting her, and I will never truly be able to thank her for her impact. Okay, give her a hand, but we still got one more. We're pacing ourselves here. This is good, and unless we catch my breath. Okay, so another student. These are all different students. I had the privilege of working with Jenny during my foundation internship at Hub of Hope. My knowledge of social work was new. I had learned a lot about the social work values in early classes, but it was at Hub of Hope where I first saw them emulated in the field. Jenny kept telling me that she and her team had much to learn from me being a social worker in training, but it was I who learned how to do social work from them. All I could tell her was that she was doing everything that I had learned in class. How cool is that? She was doing social work. Jenny ensures that Hub of Hope operates from a foundation of being client-centered, of valuing the dignity and worth of every individual, and her organization serves survivors of human trafficking on the micro level with empathy and compassion. It works on the meso level by spreading awareness about human trafficking and what it looks like in Northwest Arkansas through educational trainings to various community sectors. It is also involved at the macro level by advocating for anti-human trafficking legislation. While all of this work is notable, it is the way in which it is done that makes it meaningful. Jenny embodies love, is dedicated to the service of others, leads with humility and grace, and radiates joy. She always has a way of making those she interacts with feel heard, seen, and valued. She has the heart of a social worker, and I could not be more excited to see her receive this award. Congratulations, Jenny. Yay, okay. Finally, the School of Social Work would like to thank Jenny. Where are you? There you are. Sorry for all you do, and we're so proud to call you a community partner. Let's give her another hand. Yay! Come on up, sister. Thank you so much. And now she's going to say a few words, and I'm going to get out of the way.
Have y'all had to sit and listen to people say words about you? It's actually really difficult to do. But I received that, and I thank you all so much for such an incredible honor. I am so honored. And I just wanted to share with you all that in 2011 is actually when I heard the words human trafficking, modern day slavery for the very first time. And wow. Here we are in 2023, and it's amazing to see what's been done in those years. And I envisioned raising awareness in a community who really didn't know what that was, and with agencies who were working with high vulnerability, at-risk individuals, and teaching and training and discussing how we could better serve those individuals to help those that had already maybe been in trafficking, but also prevention for those that, were young and very vulnerable. And so that's always been, to me, the key, is collaboration. So I know that lovely book that you all read in class, the collaborating, human trafficking, yes. But when you put your feet right to the road, you realize that it is collaboration, is how you make this whole thing work. And so it's been such a joy and such an honor to be here tonight and to have worked with some of these students, to also speak in some of the classes over the years. And I just really wanted to turn the attention from me back to you all tonight. And I just wanted to give a word of encouragement to you all. Years ago, my husband and I took our children on a trip to Europe. Have you ever rode the train in London? Yes. So we approach that platform, and this lovely voice comes on that says, "Mind the gap between the train and the platform." That was bad. I know. I would never be able to serve any kind of role in any play with an accent like that. But it came on. It says that. Well, what does that mean? Mind the gap. It means be careful of that big space right there that the train is about to come and take control over. It's going to fill it, right? And so I went up and stood right on the edge of that gap, right? And looked in. It's dirty in there, right? If you've ever ridden the train, it's dirty down in that gap. And it's probably filled with things. There were things moving that I really couldn't identify. This lady with a little extra on her, I would have had a terrible time climbing out of there if I'd fallen into that gap. Maybe disease, who knows? It was dark in there. And as I was standing there, looking into the gap, this soft, still voice came over me. I believe that's the voice of my truth teller. And it said, "Jenny, what if in life, instead of minding the gap, you are called to stand in the gap for the vulnerable and the oppressed and the hurting people that are all around you?" And that was the moment when Hub of Hope was birthed. I didn't know it was going to be called that. I didn't know that I would be standing here today. But don't miss those moments. Don't miss those moments. Y'all are going to be charged with one of the greatest opportunities to serve your community, wherever that's going to be. And so I'm just so grateful and thankful as I see Melissa here and Kaylee and professors I've worked with. Just so grateful how we have collaborated together. And I hope that in some way that inspiration goes with you after today. So thank you all so much for this honor. I appreciate it so much.
It's estimated that today over 40 million people live in modern-day slavery. Human trafficking is the fastest growing criminal industry in the world. The average entry in the United States into what we call sex trafficking or forced prostitution is about 12 to 14. My name is Jenny Sori, and I'm the founder and executive director of Hub of Hope. Hub of Hope exists to bring healing and opportunities to victims of human trafficking, and we provide prevention and education in the community. At Hub of Hope, we do our work through 2 service arms. One of those is our victim services teams. Currently, we work with over 80 survivors of trafficking right here within our community. But we have another service arm, and that is our prevention and education teams. So human trafficking, it affects people of any ethnicity, any race, religion, age, and socioeconomic status. And it's only through the support of you, our community, that this work can continue.
Okay, so big thank you to Jenny. We appreciate her so much. So now we're going to get into the student awards. And the very first award is the Award of Excellence. The MSW Student Award of Excellence is chosen annually by faculty vote. So all of our faculty voted on which students would receive these 2 awards. We've got one for the online program and one for the in-person program. The student has distinguished themselves through outstanding accomplishments in 3 areas: academic excellence, leadership, and service to the school and the community. And so for the Online Student Excellence Award, I'd like to introduce Darren Hayes to come up and say a few words. Welcome, Darren. And this is for you.
Take it afterwards. Fellow social workers, how did we get here? Honestly, looking back, it was all just such a blur. You guys remember when we first started learning about our capstone projects and we all thought we weren't going to graduate? Or when we downloaded SPSS for the first time and we thought we were going to die, or at least our laptops were? But we didn't, and we made it to this point, and we are now officially Masters of Social Work. Thank you, thank you. We are stepping into the profession and into the world, and as we step out, I thought it might be helpful to consider a few things. So first, as we step out, remember what got you here. You know, we talk about self-care so often, although somehow I feel like it's still not often enough because I find myself thinking I'm the exception to needing it. But truly, it is important that we take time to care for ourselves if we are going to care for others. Self-care is vital both to our long-term health and to the care of those who we will impact. But with this self-care, it is important to remember why you do what you do. What got you to this point? You didn't get here by accident. You worked for this. You earned this, and no one can take that from you. Congratulations in that. But what got you to this point? What was that moment that made you want to become a social worker? What was that injustice that you witnessed? What was that person you saw hurting? What was that thing that set off that spark inside of you? For me, my faith played a huge role. As a Christian, I wanted to make a difference for those who were hurting. I did not want to just make a bunch of money and retire. I wanted to make a difference in the world, starting with people who were oppressed and people who were hurting. I realized that I had been blessed with some amazing opportunities and privileges that many people would never receive, and I wanted to help empower others. And initially, this started by wanting to empower at-risk youth. And over time, this has morphed to now wanting to do therapy, that and some convincing from my supervisor. But where did that spark come for you? What motivated you to get to this point? You worked for this, you earned it. Remind yourself of what got you there. As you step out, remember what got you here. Additionally, as we step out, remember who got you here. While some of us may have had more support than others, none of us got here alone. Maybe it was family, friends, or a teacher, but who are those people that helped get you to this point? I know with Mother's Day coming up, I think it's only right that I thank my mom. In many ways, yes, give my mom a round of applause for sure. In many ways, she was the first unofficial social worker that I ever met. Her care for those who are overlooked and her empathy for anyone hurting has impacted my life, and I would not be the man I am today if it wasn't for her. I'm going to move on before I cry. Not just her, but the rest of my family. They're here today, and some online have taught me so much. I also have to thank my close friends, Calvin and Gabby and Michael, and even my supervisor who helped get me to this point to pursue my master's and who taught me so much along the way. And of course, I've got to thank my amazing wife, Abby. She convinced me to even pursue my master's and made it possible for me to do so. And there's not a chance in the world that I'd be standing here today if it wasn't for her. And finally, I want to thank all of you, my fellow classmates. As I started this program, I was not expecting very much with it being online. I honestly didn't expect it to be great with the cohort, but I was wrong. I have enjoyed every second with you guys. Maybe not all the stressful seconds in between, but even in those stressful times, I know that I have been able to learn alongside you guys and with you, and thank you for that. You have been a great example to me. But in all of this, I'm so excited to see what the future holds for all of us. And that brings me to my last point. As we step out, remember what got you here, remember who got you here, and as we step out, remember you are here. You matter. Each person has dignity and worth, and that includes you. It takes only one person. You're here to make a difference. You are here to give a voice to the voiceless. You're here to empower the weak. You're here to stand up to oppression. We are those people, and I am proud to stand with you and to step out into the world together. No one ever said this line of work was easy, or even life for that matter, but it is worth it. We can make a difference. And even if the challenges seem insurmountable, here's one thing I know: we can do it. And this accomplishment right here is just one of the many proofs of that. So congratulations. Let's do it. Let's make a difference in the world, one person, one moment at a time. Whatever we face as we step out from this place, remember what got you here, remember who got you here, and remember you are here. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to switch gears just a little bit. Thank you, Darren. And award the Spirit of Social Work Awards. And so the Spirit of Social Work Award is unique in that the recipient is chosen solely by the other members of the graduating class. So the award recognizes one graduate for outstanding contributions to and in support of their cohort. So for the online program, I'd like to award the Spirit Award to Allie Shepard. Congratulations. And then for our in-person program, I'd like to award Lizette Guadalupe. Congratulations. Okay, now we're back to the Excellence Award. I'd like to introduce Claire Tiffin, who is the in-person Excellence Award recipient.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm extremely honored and incredibly humbled to be standing here before you today. I want to first thank the faculty here at the School of Social Work, not only for being committed to our education, yes, but it's one thing to be accepted into a program. It's a totally different thing to be nurtured and cared for during a program as well. And then I want to start by saying thank you to the people who are here today, both in person and online, in support of my classmates and I. I know that I could not be here today without my support system, and I know my peers feel the same about you. Speaking of my support system, my parents had no idea I was going to be speaking today. I didn't want to give them a heads up because I wanted to take a second to thank them in a way that they had no idea was coming. Mom and Dad, you have championed for me since before I was born, and I'm a direct reflection of your values. Also unknown to you, I've saved every letter you've written me since I was 13. When I needed extra support through this year, I reread them. And one such message from my father contained the words, "You have the ability to excel." Those words became my mantra for graduate school, and I repeated them every time I needed an extra push, including before I presented my capstone. When my parents brought me to orientation freshman year, I had yet to pick a major. I was randomly assigned an advisor, and I explained to her that I care about people. I want to make my community a better place. I want to learn a wide range of skills, and I want to do something different every day. That advisor told me that I sounded like the kids in her department and asked me if I had ever considered social work. I'm really thankful that Dr. Thomas was my advisor that day, as from that day on, I never thought about being anything other than a social worker. And amongst my peers, I found support, inspiration, and lifelong friendships. As we graduate tomorrow, I hope to be the last person to quote a textbook to you. In their textbook, Kanda, Furman, and Kanda state that bearing witness means remaining clearly aware of self, of others, and of situation without judgmentalism, over-identification, or preoccupation with one's own thinking and feeling. And I want to spend the rest of my time up here bearing witness on behalf of my classmates. I think it takes a very special type of person to devote their lives to the betterment of others. My classmates honor this profession through their selfless and caring work. To graduate with a master's in social work, each student had to complete an internship. My peers could be found in schools, juvenile detention centers, nonprofits, government agencies, medical centers, substance abuse recovery homes, children's safety centers, and many more. And if everyone did the bare minimum, that would mean that between the 44 of us, there would be 45,870 completed hours. But I never know my classmates to do the bare minimum, especially when it involves their clients. My classmates completed internship while juggling full class loads in either a capstone or a thesis. Many have jobs outside of internship, and multiple of my classmates are parents, which is a feat in itself. My classmates are the first people to lend a listening ear, the first people to say a kind word, and the first people to offer hope in a world that is very hopeless. I know I'm completely biased, but I think my classmates are some of the best people in the world. So as we begin our postgraduate journeys tomorrow, I want to leave you all with this. I know that you have the ability to excel. I know that because I've seen it firsthand. You're prepared to be the best social workers. Your accomplishments speak for themselves, and you move mountains for the people you love. You start and end your days not thinking of yourself, but thinking of others. And I'm honored to be a member of this cohort, knowing each one of you is going to make such an immense impact in the communities in which you live and work. Thank you for being you. Congratulations on this accomplishment, and woo pig.
Claire, just like a true social worker, you were able to think on your feet. I kind of went off script here and had you come before it was your turn on the program. So now, as a result of that, it's time for the Field Education Awards, and I would like to bring Professor Ananda Rosa, the Field Education Director, back up to present those.
I'm scared of this mic. I know. It's like Twister. Okay, we're going to do that. This is so much fun, and I'm trying not to make eye contact with most of you because I really don't want to get emotional up here, so don't take it personally if I'm not looking at you. No, but okay, evidenced by the two speeches that we just heard, this is an excellent group of students. You all are exceed. And I can't say enough good things. And so and I have the unique position as the field director that I hear from all the community members about how awesome you all are. And they'll say, oh my gosh, they're so great. Can you send me someone just like that next time? And I'll say no, because there is nobody just like that, because you all just bring something so unique to the table. So if it were up to me, seriously, this would be the time for everyone to get a trophy, because you all are amazing. But it is also exciting to be able to give 2 Excellence in Field Awards. And so I have to have a little lead in here. So in social work education, there is an extreme importance for field placement and field education. This is kind of the why. The classroom provides a path for students to become knowledgeable of theory, research, and practice that works best with clients. However, it is field education that bridges the gap, Jenny, between classroom education and actual practice. Without field education, we would be educating a generation of social workers who are not fully competent due to their lack of experience applying social work terms and theories to the real world's reality, to our world's reality. In order to be an effective social worker, one must be able to apply these interventions to the real world, and that is the importance of field education. And that's what you all have done. The graduating MSW students sitting before us tonight have completed literally thousands of hours of field education in the last year. And not even a year, it's like 2 semesters, so 10 months, 9 months. Each one of you has made a positive impact on the community and on countless individuals. We can never adequately quantify, as Claire said, this impact, but we are happy to take a moment to recognize 2 students for excellence in field. And I'll read the nomination, and then you can come up and get your award. Okay, so the first award goes to Melissa Goody. You can... You can stand here while I talk about you if you want. Here, come up here or you want to wait. It's only up to you. Okay. And I see my sister in orange there, so I'm happy. Okay, there's lots to say, but I tried to, be mindful of time. So her field instructor at the Fayetteville Police Department had this to say. Melissa has been the perfect fit for the Fayetteville Police Department's Crisis Intervention Response Team. She has an outstanding, dang it, I'm gonna get emotional because she has an outstanding work ethic and a drive to think critically about tough discussion topics. Her demeanor with individuals in crisis demonstrates empathy, compassion, and genuine attentiveness. She used her professional skill set not only as a social work researcher, but as a former journalist to investigate officer perceptions of social work in the community in community policing. Melissa presented her findings to the Chief of Police, Mike Reynolds, who has commented on multiple occasions about how impressed he has been with her internship experience. On behalf of the Crisis Intervention Response Team, the Fayetteville Police Department, and the amazing city of Fayetteville, we thank you, Melissa, for making such a difference in our community. Your career as a social worker will be one worth watching. Yay! Yes. Much applause, well deserved. And thank you, Fayetteville. Thank you, Stephen, for writing such a good nomination. Okay. This is so fun. It is, it's for real. Okay, so for the online MSW program, we also have, again, many examples of excellence. And so the award, the online field award, is going to go to Abigail Smith. Where's Abby? I saw you earlier. Okay, yay! So I'll wait till you get down here in a minute. Okay. Determined, resilient, committed, creative, passionate. These are words that describe Abby. And this is from her field instructor. Abby juggled her internship while still working full-time as the Director of Operations and Development for SOAR, which is an after-school leadership program in Northwest Arkansas. Abby balanced her duties as an intern and her work commitments with skill and focus. She demonstrated well how a social worker manages multiple responsibilities with excellence, there's that word again. Abby has and will continue to have a significant impact on the lives of children and families in the community. Congratulations, Abby, on the Field Award. Yay. So well deserved. Here you go, my dear. Good job. And thanks, everybody.
Okay, so now it is our honor, and Dr. Ferguson discussed this a little bit earlier, that for us to bestow upon you your social work pins. So we're going to call you up row by row, and come through. Dr. Thomas will give you your pin, and you can go back to your seat. So first, Sarah Abasaid. Avery Billups. Alan Burnett. Gabriela Castillo. Rebecca Cooper. Vanessa Corvera. Kaisa Doyle. Jeannie Duncan. Amy Dunn. McKenna Gibbs, Kelly Grubb, Lizette Guadalupe, Melissa Goody, Darren Hayes, Leah Johnson, Caroline Kerr, Anna Marrero, Jasmine Martin, Emily McAllister, Matthew McLean, Haley Medford. Sorry, I got in trouble for going too fast last time. Julia Miller. Rose Netherland. B. Rainey. Perry Reagan. Patricia Rodriguez. Patricia Schreiber. Nicole C.A., Allie Shepard, Abigail Smith, Hannah Stevens, Madison Stocks, Jacqueline Swanson, Hannah Taubert, Peyton Thomas, Claire Tiffin, Cambria Dognacy, Brianna Turner, and Caitlin Walters. Slower that time, right? Okay, good. Good work. Okay, and then finally, need to just want to congratulate you all for your accomplishment this year. We're so very proud of you, and we know really better than anybody how hard you've worked this year. So congratulations again. Next, I'd like to bring up Professor Adrian Scott, who is going to bestow some wisdom upon us.
Hello, welcome. Is this good? You can hear me? Okay. First, I would like to thank the community partners that are here. Let's give them a hand. People that have hosted interns and partner with us throughout the year. We're so grateful because, as Ananda mentioned, our field internships wouldn't be possible without the community partners. And I look at it so fun. I see people. This is the first kind of challenge to the new social workers, but I see people that I've worked with. I've seen people. Professor Rosa and Professor Colley and I worked together at Haberton House 30 years ago. And so, and we're only 40, so that was weird how that works. But no, we all work together, and then we've interfaced through the community throughout all these years. We've, I used to work at a hospital where I would host interns. Professor Colley would say, hey, can you host some interns? And I would, and that was amazing. And I see those people at the field breakfast, and it's just, one of the things that you'll get to do is interface with people, and the community of social work is a tight bond, and you will find you might hire somebody someday. Later, they might hire you, and you just sort of work around and get to know everybody. So, but without our community partners, that really wouldn't be possible. So let's give them another round of applause. So I'm honored to get to be a small part of the ceremony today, and I've been with most of the students either through teaching class or field supervision or advising, and so it's been fun to be. I see some of the online students that I even advised in the very beginning, but haven't had a whole bunch of contact with. But I'm so happy to see y'all, and so. It's really an honor to officially welcome you to the social work profession. It's exciting. And so I saw your capstones. I saw you in class. I heard your discussions. I have walkers. Usually after class, I usually have like somebody that walks with me after class to the parking place or whatever. We have these great discussions. So some of y'all have been walkers, and we've had extra time to spend together, and that's been fun. So I'm going to shadow what I've already heard said through the students or through the other staff, is that this is an amazing cohort. I mean, when I would send emails to the graduate class, I would sometimes say, great class, we all learned a lot. And I really felt like I was in the process of learning each time we met. And so I just couldn't be more proud of to usher y'all into the profession. So we're excited to have you join what I feel like is the best profession. Now, I know I tell y'all also, all disciplines are worthy. We don't want to like look down on other professions. We're going to be in multidisciplinary teams. They all bring a piece that is really important, but we are the best in some ways. And so I just think that we get to be a part of a profession that empowers people, confronts injustice, and restores dignity. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I don't want to cry, but as I reflected when I graduated with my MSW, I really thought I had one thing I was going to do with it. I was going to graduate and be in private practice. Let me tell you the journey. Let me tell you where else I've gone. I started off in medical social work, which that's where I got hired because that's where I'd done my internship. And so that was in Texas, so I started in medical social work. I then went to community mental health when I moved to Arkansas, and that's where I met some of my colleagues here. Then I went into kind of a little bit of a break, and then I went into program development, trying to help develop some after-school programming. And then I did some fundraising. I had a stint of being in administration, being a clinical director, so hiring people and managing people and training people, both here locally and throughout the state. And so then I did some private practice, but that took a long time, and now academia. So it took a long time to circle around to do the very one thing I thought I was going to do. So that's an encouragement. That's an encouragement. You might sit here today and think, I got my social work master's to do this, and you never know where it'll take you. And that's the beauty of the profession, is it can take you so many places and to corners that you used to be afraid of. I can remember a certain population that I used to just like, I could never work with that population. And then, you know how that happens. When I was supervising at a particular place, one of our therapists or social workers was out for indefinite leave, and so I had to take over that spot, and then that became just near and dear to my heart, that population. So that's the encouragement for you, is one of them is to never feel like you're stuck in a particular spot. And I hear a lot of people say this, well, I'm interested in this job, but I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. You will not be doing that the rest of your life. And so you will just move around. So, but anyway, I think this journey and the dimensions that we can accomplish has so much impact. And it grows us as people. You know, it grows us as people to interact with different people. So whether you're drawn to micro or macro or meso, you will certainly sort of move about. But all of them require change. You know, our society, our community is always changing. So as social workers, we need to always be changing. We need to be evolving as people, evolving to, I love this. I'm seeing all the parents over here head nodding. Thank y'all. This is the affirmation. But to be ever changing and to continue to evolve. But there are some things that never change. So I just want to remind us of the things that never change that we get the opportunity to do. We will always have the opportunity to empower people. That'll never change. You know, people will change, systems will change, but we'll always have the opportunity to confront injustice. We'll always have that. We'll always have the opportunity to advocate for policy change. That's something we'll always get to do. We'll always have the opportunity to magnify the worth and value of another. And we'll always have the opportunity to believe a person's lived experience. So, who has been familiar with my nuggets? Okay, so in class, I periodically say, hey, and here's a nugget, which is just a little tip of information. Sometimes, usually randomly, not really on task, but still something. But one of my things that I say a lot is, do not argue with people's lived experience. So with people, when they present to you who they are, what their struggle is, what their victories are, what their lived experiences in the life that they live, we as social workers can always believe them. And we don't have to argue with their lived experience. And I know that requires that we challenge our bias sometimes, that we challenge ourselves from the way that we were maybe socialized to think about people and think about struggle and think about systems and power. However, that's something we get to change. That's something we get to evolve. And so and my real encouragement is don't argue with your own lived experience. Because all of you, just like all of us, everyone in this room has some suffering, some struggle, some things that we have navigated that quite possibly could have drawn us to the social work profession. There's some research, LaShonda and I were talking about this the other day. There's research that actually indicates how many people are drawn to the social work because of their own lived experiences. And so it's not accidental, it's probably very purposeful. And so as we do that, we need to make sure not to argue with our own lived experience. And so we need to kind of be willing to challenge with vigor the narratives that we might tell ourselves sometimes that we're not qualified for this, we're not valuable enough. So we want to continually keep that at the forefront of our mind. So as you perhaps just interface with difficult situations or struggle, let the passion grow to continue to become more insightful and more authentic. Once again, don't argue with the impact you're going to carry. You will be the agents of change, and you will confront systems and things sometimes where you think, I can't see a way around this. But don't argue with your lived experience. Know that you are a fighter, and that if you can't figure out a way around it, you'll probably figure a way under it, or over it, or barrel right through it. So just believe in your abilities. Don't argue with your light that can shine in the darkness, because we have that potential. All of us do, whether you're a social worker or not. So be brave enough to see the beauty in each person you encounter. Your experiences, and your insights make you beautiful people. They really do. So I want to read a quote from Dr. Ferguson will love this, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, that summarizes these sentiments. The most beautiful people we have known are those who have known defeat, known suffering, known struggle, known loss, and have found their way out of the depths. These persons have an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, gentleness, and deep loving concern. Beautiful people do not just happen. Congratulations, we're proud of you. Welcome to a stage of your new beautiful life.
Okay, now I'm going to start. Each year we invite students to submit a video, if they would like, to thank family and friends and talk about what they'll be doing next. And so enjoy this.
Hi everyone, my name is Abby Smith. I live here in Fayetteville, and after graduation, I plan to continue my work that I've been doing in nonprofit development. I wanted to say thank you so much to my friends and family that have supported me this year, and just a special thank you to you, Professor Scott. I could not be more grateful that it was you who is my person this year, and you've helped me grow so much as a person and professional. And 30 seconds is just not long enough to say how thankful that I am for you and all you've done for me.
My name is Alan Burnett. I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I want to thank my professors, my graduate cohort who have been a huge support, and Fern Burnett, who has put up with a lot throughout this process. Thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Allie Shepard. I'm from Sherwood, Arkansas, and I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the support of my friends and family, especially my parents, who have been my biggest supporters my whole life, and I still need their support every single day. And also my husband, who has been the best, whether it's listening to me practice my capstone a million times, cooking supper while I'm in class, or just taking care of everything so I can just focus on school. I love you guys, and now y'all have to get me through my licensing exam.
Hi, I'm Amy Dunn. I live in Concord, Oklahoma. I just want to give a big shout out and thanks to my whole cohort. Just love you guys so much. All of my instructors in the program. Big thank you to my kids, my family. Thank you for all the love and support. A big thanks to my husband, John. I love you. Thank you. And I'm sorry for all the things I said while I was in grad school.
Hi everyone, my name is Ana Marrero and I'm from Bayamón, Puerto Rico. First of all, gracias mami y papi por darme los valores que me hicieron escoger trabajo social and for being my biggest cheerleaders. Second of all, Tony, my husband, thank you so much for being there for me through the really challenging parts. Third of all, Professor Susan, I could not have done this past year without you. Thank you so much. My plans for the future are to continue working with families in need and raising awareness.
Hi guys, we finally did it. I'm Andrea Cienko. I was raised in Yellville Summit, Arkansas. I plan to work in hospice when I leave Fayetteville. Some people that contributed to my success were Professor Watts, Dr. Ferguson, Professor Franklin, Patricia Portner, Maria Torres, my mom, and my son. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Caitlin Walters. I have lived in Fayetteville since 2011 and I'm originally from Kansas City. My long-term plans are to continue providing therapy, to grow in practicing play therapy, and to work with both kids and adults. I'd like to thank all of my professors, my internship supervisors, my classmates, my cohort, and my friends and family. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Caroline. I live in Fayetteville, and after I get my MSW, I plan on taking my licensure exam to be a therapist here in Northwest Arkansas. I just want to thank all my family and friends for supporting me along this journey, and a special thank you to my husband for always being down for those late night ice cream runs to encourage me along the way. Thank you guys. Love y'all.
My name is Perry Reagan. I'm from Neosho, Missouri. My future plans are to be a social work 2 at Willow Creek Women's Hospital on the NICU floor. And I want to say thank you to my support system here, my family, and all the professors that have helped me through. I also want to say a special thank you to Whitney Gates, my supervisor, for mentoring me throughout this year.
I'm Sierra Abisaid. I'm from Clinton, Arkansas. My immediate future plans are to enjoy finding out what comes next. I want to thank Ruby, my daughter. Your presence on this earth is a gift to humankind. Thank you for inspiring me to be brave and bold. And to my beautiful partner, Cirilla, thank you for showing me unconditional love and support and enabling me to take this leap.
Hi, my name is Claire and I'm from St. Louis, but after graduation I'll be moving to Little Rock to pursue a degree in nonprofit or social policy. I want to say thank you to my mom and dad. I'm so proud to be your daughter and I grew up unconditionally loved and supported by you. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you. To Danny, thank you for doing life with me. You're my best friend and I love you so much. To my sisters, my extended family, to Danny's family and my friends, I'm a better person because I'm known and loved by you. Thank you. And to my classmates and professors, thank you for inspiring me and helping me to grow as a person and as a professional. Thank you so much. Woo Pig.
Hello, my name is Darren Hayes. I currently live in Joplin, Missouri, but upon graduation, my wife and I are going to be moving to Indianapolis, Indiana, where I'll be working in a private practice, mainly seeing teens and young adults. I want to definitely thank my supervisor, Angie Brower. I also want to thank my family who's here. My friends, Michael and Gabby, my wife especially, she's been incredible, and then most of all, my God, for helping me get through this crazy time and getting me to this place.
Hi, my name is Emily. I'm from Whitehall, Arkansas. My plans for after graduation is I've accepted an outpatient child therapist job. I would like to give recognition and thanks to my fiance, Jesse, and the rest of my family for supporting me throughout this process.
Hi, my name is Hannah Talbert. I am from Mountain Home, Arkansas, and I will be moving to Auburn, Alabama for some new adventures after graduation. I have so many people to thank in my life and not enough time. I wanted to mention my parents, my sister Asia, and my boyfriend Spencer, along with my other family and friends. Thank you so much for your support through this really hard year, but I could not be more grateful, and I'm so excited for the next adventure.
Hello, my name is Patricia Scriber and I live here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. After graduation, I plan on working in Northwest Arkansas, hopefully with children and families. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who helped me along my way throughout grad school, especially to my mom, my boyfriend, all of my professors and classmates, and my supervisor at Harbor High School in Springdale. Thank you to everyone for all of the encouragement and support.
Hi everyone, my name is Jackie Swanson. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, but I'm super excited to be graduating with my Master's of Social Work from the University of Arkansas. After graduation, I plan to move to Boston and pursue social work in the clinical setting. I just want to give a big thank you to my professors over this past year, specifically Professor Scott, Professor Watts, and also Professor Stoss for being my capstone chair. Y'all have been awesome. And also a big shout out to the cohort. You guys have been so supportive, and I'm super glad I got to meet all of you. And I'm definitely going to miss you guys a lot.
I want to thank my family, firstly, for helping me through. Matt, I love you. I could not have done this without you. Drea, thank you for always encouraging me. I want to thank my professors, without whom I could not have done this. I've learned so much and I appreciate you greatly. I will go out and make a difference in the world for the better because of all of you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julia Miller from Fayetteville. I want to start off by thanking my children, Leo and Elena. I also want to thank my parents, Joan and Steve, my sister Amy, brother-in-law Josh, and my guy Statler. Thank you guys for your patience and love, childcare, and always lifting me up. I also want to thank all my professors, everyone at Magdalene Serenity House, and my amazing cohort, a beautiful unexpected gift from grad school. I love you all.
Hi everybody, my name is Kelly Grubb, or Tori to most of you. I currently live in Golden Beach, Maryland. As for after graduation, I have accepted a full-time medical social worker position at a large hospital here, so I'm very excited about that. As for thank yous, I have an endless list of family and friends to thank for helping to push me to get here today. Most specifically my mom, my daughter Avery for being my motivation, and my husband Tristan for basically twisting my arm to apply to this program because he always believes in me more than I believe in myself. I love you three.
Hi, I'm Leah Johnson, and I feel so grateful to be graduating with my MSW this May. I hope to get a job in research or program evaluation, and I would love to thank my family, my friends, my roommate Katie, as well as my thesis chair, Dr. LaShonda Fields, and my supervisor, Maria Torres. Thanks so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Lisette. My hometown's Fayetteville. My future plans, I want to work with children after graduation. I like to thank my wonderful cohort. Thank you for all your support. I couldn't have picked a better group to do this with. I like to thank my family, my siblings, my nieces and nephews. Thank you so much for everything. And to my mom, esto es para ti y por ti. Sin tu sacrificio yo no estuviera celebrando este éxito. Te quiero mucho, Mom. To Eddie, thank you for your support and for holding my hand throughout the whole process. I love you. And to all the wonderful professors who have made this experience amazing and wonderful. Thank you all.
Hi, my name is Madison Stocks, and I'm from Cabot, Arkansas originally. After I graduate, I'm going to be the adolescent inpatient therapist at Springwoods Behavioral Health, and I'm super excited. And I'd just like to thank my dad especially for supporting me and all my family, and also all my amazing professors here at the U of A and my amazing field instructors. I would not be here without all of them. Thank you so much.
I'm Matthew McLean, and I want to say thank you to everyone in my cohort. They've been awesome, they've been supportive. I'd like to say thank you to my sister. She's been really helpful throughout the entire process. And most important of all, I want to thank my wife, because without her, I wouldn't have survived this program like at all. So thank you all, I love you all, and that's all I got.
Hey, I'm Melissa Goody. I live in Salem Springs. I'd like to give a shout out to the MSW cohort. You are magical. We are magical. I'd also like to thank my family for coming in to celebrate, my professors, Amy Dunn, for encouraging me to do the program and getting me through the program, my family, and especially my wife. who may or may not have made me do this video.
Hi, I'm Patricia Rodriguez, and I am from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I will be working here in Northwest Arkansas, hopefully in a clinical setting, doing therapy. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I just want to say a special thank you to my mentors in the program, Dr. Thomas, Dr. Ferguson, Dr. Stoss, Professor Rosa, especially for placing me at my internship with MANA. The whole team here has made such an impact on my growth and development as a social worker. A special shout out to my family, my dad, my mom, my son, my little sister, my brother, and also my friends that I've made in this cohort. I cannot name you all, but you have made such an impact on my growth and development as well in social work. So I really appreciate you, and my heart has grown 10 times.
Hey, my name is Peyton Thomas. I'm from the Kansas City area. I plan to continue my employment with Wyandotte Behavioral Health Network after graduation. I want to send a special thank you out to the Gupta family for all of their support. And I want to thank my family and friends for putting up with me through the years and years of schooling. So thank you guys. I love you.
Good morning. I want to thank my friends and family, especially my kids, Gorham and May, and my partner, Alex. Thank you for loving me and putting up with me these last 2 years. The wonderful professors of the social work department, thank you for changing my perspective on the world. And especially my cohort, you know who you are. Thank you for the unconditional love. I couldn't have done it without you. We are magical together.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Corvera, and I am from Springdale, Arkansas. As of right now, I don't have any set plans for after graduation. However, I will be pursuing my MSW license, and eventually I hope to be working with children and adolescents. I would like to thank my family, friends, my boyfriend, and my cohort for supporting me throughout my academic journey.
I'd like to introduce Dr. Thomas for our closing remarks, and would like to remind everybody that we'll have a little reception if you'd like to exit upstairs. Okay? So here's Dr. Thomas.
I'm really short, so we're going to move it down. You're going to hear me kind of reiterate everything that everybody already talked about. It's clear that we're all social workers in this room. So here we go. Before we close this evening's ceremony, I'd like to take this last opportunity to say, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the School of Social Work at the University of Arkansas, congratulations. Not only to the graduates, but also to the support systems who made this pivotal moment possible. I've had the pleasure of attending many graduations over my time in academia. They are always joyous events. Everyone is smiling, feeling good, happy, and in high spirits. Sometimes it's difficult to tell who's happier at graduations, the students who don't have to study anymore, or the students and families of the students who don't have to pay the tuition bills anymore. In any case, I'm delighted to speak to an audience whose common denominator is a collective sigh of relief. I want to take a few moments and have you think about what brought you to this moment in this auditorium, donning your social work pin and carrying your Master of Social Work degree. Think about the trials and the tribulations, endless nights of studying, poring over those grades, possibly clamoring for that one extra point. Your classroom and field experiences, the stress, the learning, the critical thinking, the light bulb moments, and the effort. Tonight is a culmination of months and months of hard work and dedication. As you sit here tonight, you may notice some things have changed. You now don the title of Master Social Worker, an honor and a promise to uphold the values and ethics of the profession you have chosen. As you close this door tonight, a new door opens, and behind it lies opportunities, chances, challenges, growth, and change. You will step foot into a new world where you are no longer the student, and instead the practitioner, You will apply the information, knowledge, and wisdom you have gained. You are ready. I have no doubt of that, and I'm backed in that belief by the faculty. Tonight, you join a most distinguished community, the alums of the University of Arkansas School of Social Work. This community is yours. You will stand with graduates who, like you, will change the world, who will challenge the world, and who will carry the mission of the University of Arkansas School of Social Work with them in all that they do. Know that while you leave the School of Social Work today, you do not leave it behind. If you don't believe me, check your phone. The Alumni Association would like to speak to you. The school and university are yours. Come back and visit us. Come back as often as possible. The University of Arkansas has changed each of your lives, and you have changed us just as much. You have been part of its evolution and have left your mark on it in countless ways. As you embark on the next part of your professional journey, I'd like to offer you a few pieces of advice, or nuggets, I have received from colleagues and mentors that have stuck with me throughout my own career. Number one, chase the learning. School was never about the grades, and neither is life. Continue to learn and grow and become a professional that embraces change. And may you never, ever use the phrase, but this is how it's always been done. You can't grow in that mindset. Number two, stay on mission. Take time to reflect on where you are and where you want to be. Take stock of what's holding you back, those anchors, and what is giving you lift, your balloons. Make sure they match up. And the good news is, if they don't, you have the necessary toolkit to make career shifts and changes that will eventually align, or give you a lot of experience, or character building, as my dad likes to call it. Number three, become a strainer, not a sponge. All too often, we sop up the negative and forget to feed our souls with the positive. Instead, take the advice you need, hold on to what is true, keep the critical feedback you need to change, grow, and sustain your practice, and let the rest drain through the holes. Okay, enough advice. I know I'm the only person standing between you and the cookies upstairs, and probably your dinner reservations, so I will end on this note. Welcome to the social work profession. I am so proud to call you colleagues. Please celebrate this momentous occasion, and don't forget to have a little, okay, maybe a lot, of fun this weekend. After all, it's not every day that you don these glorious and fashionable caps and gowns and hoods and cords and celebrate your achievements with your loved ones. Finally, I'm really excited to do this. Now that I've become a true hog, are y'all ready? What's gonna happen? Ooh. Pig suey. Ooh. Pig suey. Ooh. Pig suey. Razorbacks. All right, just so you all know, I graduated from LSU. That's really hard. It's really hard. Join us upstairs in the foyer for cookies and celebratory handshakes and hugs. Thanks, everyone.